Okay, so it's that time of year again in Ontario, and you know what that means. The big question is looming. Are you paying the government more tax than you actually have to? Well, in this explainer, we are going to demystify Ontario tax credits. It's a system literally designed to put money back into your wallet. So let's find out what you might be missing out on.
You know that feeling when you're filing your taxes? That little voice in the back of your head that says, did I miss something? Was there a box I should have checked, a form I didn't even know about? Basically, that sinking feeling that you might be leaving your own money on the table.
Well, if you've ever felt that, you are definitely not alone. That fear of overpaying is so real. But here's the good news. There's a system out there designed to stop that from happening. And it all comes down to a really simple but powerful tool called a tax credit. So let's just jump right in. What exactly are tax credits? I mean, we hear the term all the time, but what does it really mean for your bank account? Think of it like a discount coupon for your tax bill. And, this is way more powerful than just a regular deduction. A deduction only lowers the amount of income you're taxed on, but a tax credit, it reduces the actual tax you owe, dollar for dollar. It can even bring your tax bill down to zero and trigger a refund check being mailed right to your door.
And right here, this is probably the single most important thing you need to know about them. This money does not just magically appear. The government isn't just going to check for you. This money is sitting there waiting for you. But you and only you have to be the one to go and claim it.
Okay, so to make this feel a little less abstract, let's take a quick tour of 3 really popular tax credits available right here in Ontario. These examples, taken from our source material, do a great job of showing the huge range of what's actually out there. All right, first one up is the Ontario Interactive Digital Media Tax Credit. Now, if you're a creator, maybe a game developer, or just an innovator in the tech space, you're gonna wanna listen to this, because this one was made for you. So what makes this credit so amazing? It really comes down to this one number, 40%. Honestly, when I first saw that, I had to do a double take. Can you imagine getting back 40% of your biggest project expenses? But what does that actually cover? Let's take a look. And this is where you really see the impact. That 40% can apply to a huge chunk of your labor costs, plus it can cover up to 100 grand in marketing. And check out that last point. It's perfect for companies that might not qualify for that big federal program called S&R NEED, which stands for Scientific Research and Experimental Development. That one has super strict rules, so this Ontario credit fills a massive gap for digital companies that don't quite fit that specific mold. Okay, so that credit was for a pretty specific industry. But what about a huge life event that tons of us go through? What if you've just bought a brand new house? Well, if that's you, then you absolutely need to know about the GST/HST New Housing Rebate. It's designed to help you get back a chunk of that sales tax you paid on that massive purchase. It's a little tricky though, because it actually comes in 2 parts. So as you can see, the HST itself has a federal part and a provincial part. The rebate works the same way. On the federal side, your house has to cost less than $450,000. But for the provincial part, it's more widely available for new homes in Ontario. The one key thing for both, though, is that it has to be your main home, your primary place of residence.
Now, our third example is a really important one. It shifts the focus from business or property over to people. It's the Disability Tax Credit, or DTC. This helps people with disabilities or their families reduce the amount of income tax they might have to pay.
And I think this quote from the source material really gets to the heart of what this is all about. It's not a handout, it's not a benefit, it's a fairness measure. It's about recognizing the very real financial challenges that some people and their families deal with every single day. The whole point of it is to acknowledge and help offset those extra unavoidable costs that come with having a severe and prolonged impairment, and that could be physical or mental. It's just a basic recognition that these conditions often come with expenses that other taxpayers just don't have. So those 3 are huge, powerful examples, but believe me, they are just the tip of the iceberg. The full list of tax credits available in Ontario is actually pretty long, and it gets surprisingly specific. I mean, just look at the variety here. There are credits for your family, like for childcare. There are ones for your home, like making it more energy efficient. You can even get credits for certain kinds of investments or for donating to a political party. The range is just incredible.
Okay, this all sounds amazing, right? But it brings us to maybe the most important question of all. What does it actually take to claim one of these?
Well, the basic requirements are actually pretty simple. First, you have to be an Ontario resident at the end of the year. Second, and this is so important, you have to file a tax return, even if you made no money that year. Filing your taxes is the key that unlocks all of these benefits. And then, of course, number 3, you have to meet whatever specific rules there are for the credit you're going after.
So, we've covered what tax credits are, we've walked through some big examples, and we've gone over the basic rules. So, where do we go from here? What do you do with all this information now?
Look, if you only take one single thing away from this explainer, let it be this. This money will not find its way to you. You have to be proactive. You have to do the research, you have to check if you're eligible, and you have to file the right forms. Your money is waiting for you, but you have to be the one to go and get it.
We have just barely scratched the surface of everything that's out there, so the real question to ask yourself is this. Now that you know these credits exist, which ones are you going to look for to claim your money back this year?